Health Siren presents. We are introducing this concept which may sound very foreign to most of you. A concept where we can become free from all diseases. In my experience, I have observed that people can maintain their health completely free from any disease if they wish to do so. Of course, they need to sacrifice certain habits and become adept at treating the human body as a machine. Now you may think, why as a machine? The important reason is we tend to look after our machines better. What do I mean by that? We maintain our machines, we oil them, we rest them, and we look after them. Similarly, the human body has to be well maintained, oiled, rested, recharged, happy in mind, content in life, etc. So what is the basic concept we are talking about? The basic concept aims, if I want to put it in a nutshell, this series will provide a guide for understanding what good health is all about, for reviewing where you are in light of the knowledge we are giving you, providing a guide to consider change if you need to change yourself. The tips we will give you, you can implement in your life, and as you implement, we expect you to enjoy the results of better health. And slowly but surely you will head towards staying and becoming free from disease. So let us understand the concept of healing that we are talking about. The first concept that you need to know is about understanding the human body as the best machine ever. Now, why do I say that? All machines that we know can only be repaired after taking a part in and out or replace them. The human body, if I have a cut, if I have an ulcer, if I have a sore mouth, we find over time that it heals itself and completely naturally, sometimes without any blemish. Nothing, as we know today in the modern world, can repair itself other than nature. So, we need to review our body maintenance chart. We need to consider implementing change. We need to start seeing results of what we have done and what has the effect of that change occurred. And all this is related to immunity improvement, and we are well aware that and believe that as you improve your immunity, it provides robust health. Now we are talking about a program, and obviously you want to know what's the timetable for this program. This series, we plan to upload one video every week. Our aim is to reach the maximum number of people across the world. We will cover all the topics listed today. Each topic will form at least one session. Some complex topics may require a few sessions. If any new topics are felt worthwhile, we will add them along the way. Presently, we have listed around 18 topics which will require about 20 to 24 videos or more. Our aim is to have a 20-minute video for optimum viewing, because we are aware that longer videos can be noted as boring and time-consuming. Now we are going to start with understanding normality. It's essential to understand what we consider normal health today. By the same token, it is very important that you should know what is true normality. And only when you understand the difference between what is true normality and what we consider normal today, will you start considering a possibility of moving towards that direction. So you need to understand the difference between the two. And we'll be talking about that in this video. Talking about change will be another video where we will talk about what does one need to consider for change. We believe you need to understand what we are talking about. Having understood it, then you need to create a determination in your mind that you are going to accept this, follow it with a strict disciplined lifestyle, get rid of all the concepts that need to be cleared so that you are further clear and you are implementing it well, and the real reason why you want to focus on this change, and that will drive you harder. Understanding immunity is another presentation where we'll be talking about immunity per se, as to what is immunity, etc. And we have broken immunity into three parts: immunity preservation, immunity development, and a combination of immunity preservation and immunity development leads to immunity growth. And we believe as you grow your immunity, you will be able to fight off disease and prevent disease. Now, a lot of the things we are going to be talking about are related to lifestyle changes. Let me list some of them. Breathing is one. Eating is another. Diet, the food we eat. The exercise we do in today's world. Sleep is an important factor, unfortunately very much underplayed. Healthy habits in our life. Work-life balance is something we have been talking about today and for the last few years in a big way. These are just to list a few. So the session on breathing will be addressing and making you understand what is breathing. How do we breathe? It will try to emphasize and demonstrate to you how you can do better and convince you, can we do better? It will demonstrate how hard is it to change. We believe it's not hard. Then we'll show you the ways to change your breathing. And at the end of it, we'll give you some clear guidelines for change in breathing techniques to take you towards better health. The video on eating, it will talk about how do we eat, how should we eat, what are the parameters of good eating, and why is it important to eat well. The bit on digestion, understanding digestion, fasting and its benefits. Related to fasting, we'll be talking about one scientist, Japanese Dr. Oshumi, who has been awarded the Nobel Prize for autophagy. Autophagy is a complex term talking about fasting, and he has proved that fasting or autophagy helps heal the body. So we are going to use his knowledge and refer to it. The time periods between meals. Then we'll be talking about the food system from the mouth to the anus. We will present a correspondence between understanding a production line in industry and the body digestive system. We will talk specifically about how the food system works precisely in terms of time, in terms of chemical changes, in terms of acid, alkaline, pH changes, etc. Towards the end, we will make an attempt to show how we sabotage our digestive system and then suffer the consequences. There will be a video devoted to diet. This will specifically talk about the foods to eat, the healthy foods, the foods not recommended, reasons for avoiding food, and there will be a reference made to Dr. Khadar Valli, who is known as the Millet Man of India, who talks about millets and who also talks about a lot of foods that should be avoided because of specific reasons, and we will highlight that, all in the interest of taking you closer to better health and far away from disease. Exercise. So we'll talk about what is exercise, what is good exercise, how can we practice safe exercises, different exercise forms and their benefits, discussing yoga, where reference will be made to Patanjali and Lord Shiva, who are supposed to be the founders of yoga. We will obviously not go into a treatise on yoga because that itself can take up a series, but we'll just make some basic references to principles of yoga. Talk about weights and weight training, running, sports, Surya Namaskar. I myself am an authority on scientific Surya Namaskar, where we offer 70 plus levels of difficulty within the same Surya Namaskar structure with varying layered levels of difficulty, and other topics related to exercise, and try and bring clarity to this complex topic of exercise. Sleep, as I said before, is an area that is least touched on by people. Especially in today's world with electricity coming on and day and night having no difference due to access of light, we tend to sleep at odd times, we tend to not sleep enough. So, it is very imperative that we understand what sleep is all about and how important it is. So we'll be talking about sleep, the time for sleep, what is the return one can get on healthy sleep, defining sleep properly and understanding it, and the benefits of sleep. Now we turn to emotions. We all know how important emotions are to our life. Life would be very boring if I have no emotional changes. So it is because I'm angry, I'm fearful, I'm joyous, I'm happy that life has a lot of meaning. But we forget that emotions are directly linked to health in a very major way. Again, that link has been downplayed a lot. So we are going to talk about the link between emotions and health. We are going to see if we can make inroads towards better health considering emotional management. And finally, we are going to talk about how to manage these emotional issues for bringing change to our health so that we can slowly inch towards becoming free from disease. Stress. This is a topic well known for everybody. Everybody talks about stress. We always say, I had a stressful day, life was very stressful, life itself is very stressful, etc., etc. But very few people talk about the facts regarding stress. So here we will go into a bit more detail. This topic may cover 2 or 3 different sessions. And we will get into the details of what are the types of stress, physical, mental, emotional. We will talk about the effects of stress on the body. We'll talk about how to manage stress and how to overcome the stress. Relaxation. What is relaxation? People need to understand what relaxation is all about. We need to understand the benefits of relaxation. We need to know about the techniques that can be learned. Now again, this itself is another group of sessions that need to be done. So we will only touch on the different techniques without going into the details, but it will give you a spread of what techniques are available around. And it's very important for me to touch on the difference between relaxation and meditation. Why do I say that? Relaxation is something like a KG class and meditation is like year 10. But in today's world, I have observed that people misuse the two terms, interchanging them at their convenience, and the effectiveness of relaxation and effectiveness of meditation has disappeared. Meditation. What is meditation? Now it is very important to understand what meditation is all about. How does one meditate? The problem with meditation is the concepts here are very abstract and hence it's very difficult to understand the concept. We have to also look at how to overcome these difficulties in understanding these concepts. We understand it's very important for meditation to have a guru. And I'll be following who I call Gurudev, Sadguru and Swami Vivekananda when it comes to meditation. Water. This is another area which is not being looked after in much detail. We forget that in nature, across all aspects of nature, whether it's our earth which has got more than 70% water, or whether it's the human body which has got close to 70% water, and most living things which have around 70 or more percent of water within their systems. So since water forms a major portion of our bodies, it is important to understand the power of water, the percentage of water, what effects water can have on the body, what effects can we induce on water, and how its benefits can be harnessed. And we'll be going into details. This session is quite interesting actually, because a Japanese person has done incredible work on it, and we'll be talking about that. Then we come to sounds and vibrations. Here we are talking about speech, mantras, music, the whole works related to sounds and vibrations. So we'll be talking about the benefits of sound waves. We will also touch on the trauma of sound waves, how certain times extremely loud sound can be traumatic to your ears and to your body. We will obviously make it evidence-based, so we give you enough reason to accept scientifically that yes, this is true. We will make an attempt to link this to our ancient practices, which are supposedly said to be unscientific, but today's scientists are now beginning to come around and understand that a lot of the ancient practices had a lot more scientific validity than we give it credit for. So this should form a very interesting session. Oil pulling. This is a technique of using oil in your mouth and having a certain technique which is expected to get rid of some of the toxins within the body if you practice it every day. Now this may not form a full session video, so we will take a few of these topics and pull them together and form a video. Shivambu. This is ancient Indian wisdom, traditional Bharatiya wisdom. The only ancient text on Shivambu is in India in Sanskrit, called Shivambu Kalpavidhi. We'll be referring to that, and we have experienced over the last 20-25 years that it's a very powerful tool for health. Shivambu commonly is referred to as urine therapy in the West, or Swamutra Chikitsa in Marathi and Hindi. And we have also noted preventive and curative properties. Preventive for people who are in good health and want to maintain their health, and curative properties for those who are sick. The last but not the least, we'll be touching on GNM, which is German New Medicine. Now I just come in touch with this concept of medicine recently, even though I have heard about it many years ago in my research on cancer treatments. This system was found out by a German doctor whose main focus was emotions, their effects on the brain, and the effect of brain activity on the human body leading to disease. So he has developed a clear correlation between emotional damage, its damage to brain tissue, and thus creation of diseases. Now, we believe we should be giving all of you a prescription along the way, a guide to follow step by step on how to become healthier. We will see when to introduce this. It may be at the halfway stage also, when we have done a few issues of practice or practical tips, and then put them together to give you a prescription at that level. But definitely towards the end, we will give you a total prescription which involves most other things related to good health. And that should help you guide and follow towards better health and aim towards getting free from disease. Now, we are going to offer, if there is a need, a Q&A, question and answer video. If there are lots of questions, we might collate that and provide a question and answer one. Similarly, we may offer a frequently asked question video as well. This is just in our thought process at the moment. And last but not the least, we have already been getting inquiries from people regarding why don't you take health conditions instead of talking all this at a very broad level. We believe talking at a broad level gets you all towards better health. If we talk about health conditions, people get isolated in their thinking and find that they might be stuck. But if this demand continues and we feel we need to create a new series we may offer a new series where we'll be talking about some of the conditions like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, stress-related issues, attitude-based issues in life, people with low energy, etc. Last but not the least, let me thank you for your time. And I now believe that since you know our aim, objective, and desire to help everyone towards better health, please watch every video and listen to the content very carefully. We have not tried to stretch them out. Every word is very powerful and important. Understand what we are trying to say. Give it a good chance by implementing the changes we recommend, and benefit from this series to work towards becoming free from disease. A little bit about me. I'm Anand Bapat. I operate from Pune under the banner of Bharti Acupuncture Bhavan. We use natural therapies including acupuncture to heal people. I teach Surya Namaskar from the same platform and a few other places at this point in time. Our Surya Namaskar takes 8 hourly sessions to teach. We offer, as I said before, 70 plus levels of difficulty within the Surya Namaskar. We are in the process of creating a scientific naturopathy forum where we want to bring science to naturopathy. I'm a great believer in Shivambu and I'm a sort of world leader in it, so I would like to propagate Shivambu a lot across the country. We already offer a free internet clinic for health. People can contact me on my email and I try to help them out. And the Freedom from Disease lecture series, which we are now taping into videos and providing you in segments, is also a face-to-face lecture session of 4 hours, which we normally offer in Pune. Thank you very much, and I thank Health Siren for helping me out in this propagation.
Download app Health Siren for all health solutions at your doorstep.